I'm Donna.
And I'm Bruce, and this is Lyrical Wisdom.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to Lyrical Wisdom, where we dive into song lyrics and offer heart-based wisdom through our interpretations. If you enjoy what you're hearing, don't forget you can catch every episode of Lyrical Wisdom on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and more.
You can also find us on YouTube. Just search Lyrical Wisdom Show. Do you have a song you'd like to hear us shed some light on? You can email us requests, questions, comments to lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. That's lyricalwisdomshow@gmail.com. Or leave a comment on a YouTube video. We'd really love to hear from you. And all requests get an episode and a shout out.
So join us every Tuesday and Friday as we dig deep and deliver our wisdom. And thank you for sharing, liking, and subscribing to
Lyrical Wisdom.
Good morning, Bruce.
Good morning, Donna.
What a beautiful day it is.
A beautiful another day in paradise for me.
Oh, yes. I know it's exciting when I know that we are coming together to do this show, Lyrical Wisdom, because when I wake up, you are right. No matter what, it's another day in paradise for me.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it really truly is. And just the thought of connecting with each and every one of you out there and sharing a little bit of ourself with you is what helps to create that paradise.
Absolutely.
For me.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Because otherwise, I could just wake up. I wouldn't have to, and I say that just kind of selfishly, but yeah, I could just wake up and then be in paradise. And so, it's a joy. It's such a joy to be able to be here. Thank you guys for being here with us today. And I'm feeling like, there's some kind of parallel pathways in how we're going to talk today. Because with this new year, Happy New Year, everybody, happy 2026. There's a lot of beautiful things happening. And when we think about these beautiful things happening, I feel like they are so parallel to things that we are already kind of in. It's like we are moving into something that it's ready for us to move into this time.
Time. That is the key to this feeling of a kind of like a parallel reality, a parallel timeline. I was speaking with my son-in-law the other day, and he spoke about how he turned on the radio and was listening to music. This was the radio. And all of a sudden, it was like the next song came on. And it was two songs playing at once. And it was like, kind of like you were in two timelines, two parallel, spaces. In even though you're sitting in this one spot, there's something else going on in that one spot in another parallel timeline or another space.
Absolutely.
It's cool, Bruce. It's cool.
No, that is cool.
Thinking about that.
Well, because, that's how, moving into this time period, I hope we all feel like all these new beginnings are all possible, because it is beautiful and it's going to be a wonderful year. I am looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to the kind of discovery. I'm looking forward to finding the microcosms of things that are amazingly delicious. You know what I mean?
Well, yes, I do. Yeah, because that's the beautiful thing about being, about living, is all those discoveries. All that, I've heard there are many universes out there, many the whole cosmos has not even been totally discovered yet.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, it's just really exciting to just have a thought about what's happening for real
That's so true
here and
because
everywhere.
yeah, here and everywhere. Because I remember I was teaching some students in a at a university at a college I used to teach at, and I found an article that somebody had cut out and brought in, and they left it in the classroom that I was teaching in. And it was an article that was talking about between 2010 and like 2020, between that time period, somewhere in there, I can't remember if it was 2017, they discovered a new ligament in the human knee,
Hmm.
which, if you think about it, why didn't they know that that was not there first, before? Like it seems like we've learned so much. Like just like you said, there are things in the cosmos that we don't know that are out there. There are still things in the human body that we don't know that are there. Because in the article, it kind of explained that a little bit, that, when you're looking at things as models in a book, you know, artistically depicted or professionally depicted so that you can see every single muscle and vein, what you don't realize is how kind of messy the interior of the human body can be. And so it can be that there are still parts of our own human body that we have no idea exist yet, just like out in the
Wow.
cosmos, out in the
Yeah.
universe. And so there you have basically the title of our song today. you
Beautiful,
know,
all through a new ligament in the knee. I think that's just fascinating, Bruce, and you are so right. There is so much yet to discover and
yeah,
to learn about our our universe and perhaps other universes, as well as just our own being, our own
yeah,
physicality here
yeah.
on this earth. I love it. Love it. Love it. Yeah, we have a great song. We've given you lots and lots of hints. Thank you so much for being here today with us on Lyrical Wisdom. We're so happy you're here. Take it away, Bruce.
Today, we look forward to diving into the song Parallel Universe by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Deep inside of a parallel universe, it's getting harder and harder to tell what came first. I'm underwater where thoughts can breathe easily. Far away, you were made in a sea, just like me. Christ, I'm a sidewinder. I'm a California king. I swear it's everywhere. Oh, it's everything. Staring straight up into the sky. Oh my, a solar system that fits in your eye. Microcosm. You could die, but you are never dead. Spider web. Take a look at the stars in your head. Fields of space, kid. Christ, I'm a sidewinder. I'm a California king. I swear it's everywhere. Oh, it's everything. Christ, I'm a sidewinder. I'm a California king. I swear it's everywhere. Oh, it's everything. Psychic changes are born in your heart. Entertain a nervous breakthrough that makes us the same. Bless your heart, girl. Kill the pressure. It's raining on salty cheeks when you hear the beloved song. I am with you. Christ, I'm a sidewinder. I'm a California king. I swear it's everywhere. Oh, it's everything. Christ, I'm a sidewinder. I'm a California king. I swear it's everywhere. Oh, it's everything.
Very fascinating lyrics, Bruce. Yeah. I know a lot of people have heard this song, and perhaps there are those of you out there who have not heard this song. But I do suggest you play it and listen because the music does help you understand it, I believe, a little
Yeah,
more.
yeah, yeah,
Um, I love just the title of this song because of what it's alluding to that we were speaking about earlier, a
yeah.
parallel universe.
Yes.
Parallel lines, I believe, go on for infinity and never, ever touch.
They never intersect. Yeah, it's
Am
like
I
a geometric
correct?
proof. Yeah, it's like a geometry proof. I'm trying to say geometry proof. And I don't even know if that's actually correct, but I believe that parallel lines are one of the proofs in geometry is states that they never intersect. You're absolutely correct because how would they? And even if somebody's thinking, well, what about the horizon and the curve of the earth? They still would
Hmm.
bend, but not touch because if they
Yeah.
maintain the parallel line, which is now in a circular shape, then they would keep that space. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but yes, oh my gosh, that is so, so true.
Yeah. Yeah. So they are, it's almost like, oh, Bruce, this is beautiful when I think about it. You know the old saying, as is above, so is below?
Yes,
It,
I was
I
just
mean,
thinking
for
that.
me, that's what this is. It is
Yeah,
saying, because that's what parallel describes things that run side by side.
yeah,
They are like one another. They reflect one another. They're similar to one another. They,
absolutely.
so it's like they're the same, but yet they're not. They
Yeah,
express singularity, which I think is beautiful in understanding that parallel lives, parallel lines, parallel universes, it is, like it said, it's all the same. It's, you know, we are
yes,
the
yes. And
same, but
and
yet
it's
we're
so funny.
different.
And no, yeah, and I think that you're hinting at like I don't want to get too far past this first line deep inside
Hmm.
of a parallel universe because that is very deep. Um, Not just because the word deep is in that sentence, but it just is. And but at the
Yes.
same time, like right afterwards, I think it touches on what we're talking about. It says it's getting harder and harder to tell what came first. And that's the reason why I say that is because like if you think about parallel lines, well, if they're parallel, then how are you going to know which one came first until maybe you get to the end of one of them and see if it's not to the end of the other. But if they both started at the exact same time, then it's basically just like everybody else. We're all like parallel lines running around out here, you know. And so I think that's a beautiful thing because that's like the comment above it is deep inside of a parallel universe because then that's that universe that's running right next to you, you know.
The beauty that I am seeing in this one line, Bruce, is is the use of that word deep. It doesn't just say I'm inside a parallel universe or you're inside a parallel universe. It doesn't even say this is a parallel universe.
Yeah,
It is
yeah,
saying deep inside a parallel universe, meaning for me the understanding, the knowledge, the feeling that it's ancient. In other words, I am deep inside this parallel universe, meaning within this parallel universe is another parallel universe. I've been, it's the depth of it is what is very, very, like you said, mysterious and beautiful. The deepness to understand the word deep. it isn't just there on the surface. It is deep inside.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, I think, in a way, I think of it like, if I'm working with wood and I'm trying to instill like a finish, there's the period of time where that needs to get deeper and deeper into the wood, the finish that I'm trying to put on it. So I think that that kind of like just as an example, because the wood is eventually, if you wanted to sand away the finish that you put on it, you can, because it isn't that deep inside of the wood. It's only on that little area of the surface where you can actually kind of get it to soak into it. And this is much deeper than like this is like the movie from back in the day where they shrink the people down into a little spaceship and they put it inside somebody's body. They get deep inside somebody's body. I forgot what that movie's called, but um it's just, like that's a wonderful thing. That's a wonderful thought, Donna, because yeah, this is like not just like, oh yeah, here we are, whatever. No, this is like we're in it. We're in it. And
They are
you know,
definitely setting a picture for us,
oh
giving
yeah.
us a definition to understand where they are beginning. In other words, Red
Yes.
Hot
Yeah.
Chili Peppers are beginning deep inside a parallel universe. And within
Yeah.
that, um, they find it harder and harder to tell what came first. Oh, the Fantastic Voyage. Thank you, Allison. Yes, that was
Oh
that
yeah, yeah,
movie
yeah.
you were speaking of, Bruce, but I was giggling inside, y'all. Because I remember the Magic School Bus. My children used to watch that, and they did that on the Magic School Bus. They would get in
Oh
their little
wow.
school bus and fly inside a person and see, how the inside of the body worked.
That's
So,
so cool. That's
yeah,
so cool.
yeah,
Well,
I remember
what
that show.
I love that because think about it. Like if you get into you know, deep inside of that parallel universe, getting harder and harder to tell what came first, because when you're that deep inside of a parallel universe, time might
Mm,
be, it might become the human construct that it is, and then suddenly it doesn't exist in there.
yeah.
And I like that about the idea of I'm underwater where thoughts can breathe easily. Because just like being in the magic bus or the fantastic voyage, when you're inside of somebody, we really don't, I mean, we know a little bit, but like you'd have to be inside of some sort of bus or ship because there's fluid inside the body. So in order for you to be in there, you're going to have to be in fluid. So being in that underwater where thoughts can breathe easily, well, that's the human body. That's how we function. We breathe easily. Honestly, we do every single day. And it's not like it's underwater, but within the human body, it is so like, well, we're like what, 96% water or something like that.
Hmm.
So, I mean, there's a lot of that, but I also feel like when there's that deep connection, and I use that word again, that deep connection in that parallel universe, in that place of consciousness, it can feel so granular, like you're underwater. Like you can feel like you're really immersed in that consciousness and in those thoughts. And so talking about it like this, just like you said, the picture that they're creating for us, it seems so clear because I'm underwater where thoughts can breathe easily. Why would being underwater make somebody's thought breathe easily? Well, it's quieter, there's not as much noise, but there's just, to me, it's like linking it back to the womb. It's like being inside of the human body, being inside of the consciousness can feel in that deep moment like you're in underwater. It can feel almost, well, I'm feeling like it would feel like you're like in the womb again.
I was going to say thank you for that thought, Bruce, because yes, I had the beautiful experience of being able to witness my daughter's birth of her fourth child here recently. And yes, you are born in water. You are, as a human being, you are created. You become a human in a sea, just like me. In other words, within the womb, the amniotic fluid is what creates you, what holds you while you're being created from that little egg, from that cell, that's been fertilized with a certain type of consciousness from, love. It's created by
Yeah.
love. And I know, Bruce, and what I was thinking before you brought the fact up that we all do come from the sea, we're all made in the sea. The sea of knowledge is what I call it because, oh my God, it's all coming too fast. Stop. Um, Water, I know, and I believe everyone knows that water conducts electricity.
Yeah.
Water holds memory. Emoto, his messages in water.
Yeah.
Water holds memory.
Yeah.
Water is a conductor. And in within that sea that you're created in the womb space, there is what is called the tree of life that you are connected to. That is the umbilical cord, the placenta, whatever you want to call it. I got to witness it. It is the tree of life. And it
Wow.
is
Yeah.
connected to the female, to the mom.
Hmm.
And I it is my understanding, my truth that within that umbilical cord that feeds the baby is also information, consciousness. We pull into our being everything that the mother experiences physically, emotionally, spiritually, all of it. It's,
Yeah. Yeah.
if there
Yeah.
is something that happens traumatic to the mother, it does come through that cord to the infant, to that
Oh, absolutely.
life that is being
Yeah.
created. And therefore, that I can see this beautiful parallel universe that is happening in an individual basis, as well as we're talking about a collective basis here. That parallel universe that that child is now born into when it leaves the womb, when it comes out of the water, is her. And I say her because my little new grandbaby is a girl. Um, she is now in her own universe, and it is parallel to her mother's universe, to her father's
Wow.
universe.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so beautiful.
Yeah.
And that is why when you're underwater, thoughts can breathe easily because it is a stream of conductivity. It allows that consciousness to flow freely because there is, to me, an electrical component to that. There's frequency to
Oh, yeah.
that.
Oh,
And
yeah.
and that's what water is.
Yeah.
It helps to amplify frequency.
Wow.
Um,
Well, and the way that you just described all of that, it made me realize that the next line, you really very well explained that next line. Far away, you were made in a sea, just like me. Like, how beautifully you just explained that. Because, yeah, everything that you just said, Donna, just makes it, makes that just make so much sense. I mean, that was perfect. I mean, because that's exactly how,
yeah.
and I mean, I don't know if far away is quite as, I don't know. I don't know how that exactly fits in there for me, but I do know that from, you were made in a sea just like me, that part of that line, that just really clicks with me because of just everything that we just talked about, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
So,
And it is far away, Bruce, because
yeah.
it's not your world. It's a totally different world.
Well, because
It's a
you go
parallel
from
universe.
it is a parallel universe, but what's really interesting is I just remembered this thought I had when we were talking like a few minutes ago, and it's because we go from being amphibian to being an air breather. You
Mm,
know, I mean, we actually kind of make that transition somehow. I don't know how to describe that, but we go from being a water breather to an air breather. And so, you know, we kind of make this transition at birth that it seems so like, oh yeah, whatever. But it's pretty dang profound. You
oh
know?
my God, to witness birth in that way, yes, it
Yeah.
changed me. You you
I'm
you can't be the same after experiencing that.
yeah.
And
That's
I have a truth that Ruha is spirit, is breath. And that
wow.
is, I know it's everywhere, it's everything. For me, does kind of lead into that Ruha, which when one does enter this particular universe called Earth, it is air. It is that breath of life that enters the soul the moment that birth happens. Like you said, you come from a water breather, which, I mean, their mouths, they're not technically breathing the water. It's the umbilical cord that is sustaining, breathing, keeping them alive. It's
Yeah.
when they emerge from the water and take that first breath that the body becomes animated. The
Wow.
body comes to life. If
Yeah.
that breath is not taken, that physical being will not exist. It simply cannot be. It, that's what happens. We take that first breath of life when we enter this world. And it's
That's
so
beautiful.
beautiful. And
Yeah.
and that's where I think the Red Hot Chili Peppers it go into I don't, Christ, I'm a sidewinder. I'm a California king. I swear it's everywhere. Oh, it's everything. In other words, for me, these two sentences are saying I'm everything. I'm
Yeah.
connected to
Yeah.
everything that's in this world. I'm a sidewinder, which, thank you, Allison, a pale colored nocturnal burrowing rattlesnake that moves sideways, throwing its
It's
body into an S shaped curve.
it's
So,
beautiful to watch. I've seen one of these
yes,
things live. Like they're
yes,
beautiful to watch move like that because honestly,
right.
it makes you feel like you're in a parallel universe looking at something that you've never seen before because how often do you see a being move like that? It is just so amazing. But
Right.
yeah, I agree. And
Yeah.
it's like you could think of it like you know, you could think of it like the baby's born and they could have this sudden realization after they take that first breath. Christ, I'm a sidewinder. I'm a California king, you know, like they
Uh-huh.
could be like, woohoo, I'm everything, you know, and that's true. That's absolutely true.
And it also goes into, for me, it's saying I am a sidewinder. I'm a California king. It shows the this and that, the two sides of the coin, so to speak, for me, because a sidewinder is also slang for someone that's deceitful and
Yeah,
tricky,
yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
goes, this way and that way. And, they kind of, what is it? I think it's like they try to stay away from people. You know what I mean? Or they
Oh
do
yeah.
things to trick people. They go this way, but really they mean that way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
going this way and then they go that way, that sort
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah.
Or a California king, which I'm not exactly sure, but I have a definition of California King. What do you see it as, Bruce?
Well, I've always thought of that as something that was a little bit of a an embellishment. I've always kind of thought of it as something that was like, I don't want to say like chest thumping in its own way, but maybe, because that is something that is in music. It's in music and dance in all kinds of different cultures. And I speak to that from learning about that. Like that's what cultures have created in the past are dances to music that was as it could be a story, it could be a dance that not just tells a story but describes certain things. And in those moments, a lot of times it will have the moment where it describes this figure as somebody who is powerful. And so that's one of the things that I do feel like this could be, a little bit of that kind of, you know I'm a California king, like a statement of, I don't want to say ego, but maybe, maybe a little bit of that, like I am a Superman, like, or I
Yes.
am awesome. Like I'm awesome, and it's full on honesty. It's not like they're making something up, or, it's not like a narcissism, if you will, or it's something to that effect. I mean, it's just this moment, of like, bam, this is what I feel. And it's
Yes.
overpowering.
Well, yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, for me, we're on the same page. Yay, we always are, Bruce. But for me, a California king, some people may go straight to the bed because it's luxurious. When you think of a king size bed, you've got
Hmm.
space. It makes
Yeah.
a statement. It's huge in a small
Yeah.
bedroom. But there's even bigger. It's called a California King. That's like top of the line. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Place to
Yeah.
rest.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
but also and I think that the definition of a California king size mattress or bed or whatever is this California king because California to me a lot of people think of that as Hollywood, as luxurious, as
Hmm.
you know people have dreams of going to California, living in California. It's supposed to be,
Oh yeah.
sunny California, mountains, it's
Oh yeah.
everything. And a king, we all know what a king is, the ruler, they have their own universe, their own kingdom.
They definitely
So,
live in a parallel universe, that's for sure. Yeah. And
right.
it's certainly running right next to us, and the two do not intertwine. So
So I
no,
mean
yeah.
there's that I love it that two sides of the coin, a sidewinder
Yeah.
and a California king. We could always I think there's also called a California king snake.
That's
So
what I
I
was, yeah.
mean
There's
literally,
also
thank
that.
you, Allison. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like are you a sidewinder snake or are you a king snake?
Yeah.
You can take it literally as well. However, going back to I swear it's everywhere. Oh, it's everything.
Yes. Yes. And
That's
well,
what
and
brings it back to for me, the understanding of who are you in this universe?
oh yes. And well, and I like that because I just read something that Allison just showed us about the California king snake apparently has a resistance to the sidewinder, the venom of rattlesnakes. It's naturally resistant to the venom of rattlesnakes. And
Wow.
when I read that, we were talking about all this and how like there's this kind of duality, and I thought, how interesting. I'm like a sidewinder, a California king. It's like the two of them are kind of opposites.
Yeah.
I mean, and I say
Two
that,
sides to one
I
coin.
yeah, and I'm making a little bit like I am making a reach here. Don't worry, I get it. I'm just going to be honest, but I do feel that. I feel that inside of me saying, hey, the California king snake, it's a non-venomous snake, and I guess it's now I'm reading this thing that Allison just provided for us again. Thank you. Um, the California king snake is a non-venomous snake known for eating other snakes, including rattlesnakes, like the sidewinder. Hmm, interesting. So it could be used as a powerful metaphor for someone who can overcome danger or embody a unique, interconnected existence in a different reality. Bam! I just read
Yeah.
that from some information that Donna, excuse me, Donna, but that Allison just showed
Right.
us, and
Right.
that's really interesting because that's exactly what we've been speaking to. But I do think that there is something different about it, like being like a rattlesnake, being like a sidewinder, because those things are intimidating looking when you see them like moving.
Mhm.
It's beautiful at the same time, but it can be a little bit like, oh my God, I hope that isn't coming for me, because nobody wants to get bit by a rattlesnake, even if it's a non-venomous one, because that's what the California king snake is. It's a
Well, it
but
eats the venomous snakes. It eats the
yeah, it's
sidewinder.
like it can handle it can. It's like there's a if you're out there and you know what I'm referring to. There was a documentary I watched about an ancient Asian gentleman who was able to eat things and see things inside of himself and figure out what the antidote was if that was poison. He could eat the
Wow.
poison, and within his own body, he could see the poison and figure out what he needed to then go and find and ingest as the antidote. And he's like this guru or some sort of personage from in the ancient times. And in a way, I'm looking at this California king snake like that. Like it's like this. It has the ability to ingest the venom. Like who
And
would be
to
able to do that?
me, the venom is all that is negative within you, that
Yeah,
other side of you
yeah.
that is a trickster, that is a sidewinder. So to know that you are light and dark and, have a parallel universe within you that you can live each and every day is what's really cool because then it's everywhere. It's everything.
It's everything. Yes, and
Staring, yeah,
straight up into the sky, staring straight up into the sky. Oh my my!
my.
A solar system that fits in your eye.
Yes.
Microcosm. Like I love that because that's like what, we were talking about that when we were kind of in the throes of trying to throw out the hints for what the song was. And the way that we were talking about it, we were talking about the little things that could be out there that are there are there could be like Horton hears a who. There could be an entire microcosm, an entire universe inside of this little dandelion, I think it was, that's in that
Yes.
Dr. Seuss book, and
Uh-huh.
like if you don't like really, really listen, you're not going to be able to hear them just like he did because they finally were loud enough together saying we are here for everybody to finally hear them. And so I think that like in that way, that's kind of like just that little mention of that. It's like, a solar system that fits in your eye, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and of course it could be the solar system that you see with your eye.
That's what he's saying, that or they are
Yeah.
saying, and I love
Yeah.
that. Staring straight up into the sky. Oh my, my. A solar system that fits in your eye. Microcosm. As is above, so is
So
below.
is below.
And I do believe many of us do understand or now have the knowing that within our physical bodies are every single what we call astrological sign. Taurus is in me, Virgo's in me. All the stars are in there. You can draw them in your body as the organs. The way that our bodies are made is the entire solar system within us. Not only our body, but just in our eye. You
Just
can
in our
go
eye.
down to a single atom and find the entire universe. Well, I mean, think of humans and where we come from. That egg that produces an entire human being
Yeah.
is just incredible.
It
Everything.
is. that's
Yes.
amazing because it's true. It's like, and you could think of it like the Mallenbrot, I think it is the Mallenbrot equation, where that equation looks like a Fibonacci spiral in the artwork, and it has this constantly repeating, like if you look
Yes.
at it like in a video, it constantly like gets either like you can go deeper into it or farther and farther away from it, but it keeps like it continues and continues almost like for infinity.
It is. It's an infinite fractal, yes, of
Yeah,
infinity. Yes.
it's so amazing to think, like what you just said is so true. Deep inside of our, like in our own eye, is the entire universe, in one atom in our body, the like tiniest little thing that we've been able to
Mhm.
discover, and there is the universe. So
Yeah.
imagine how much could be in that universe that we don't even know. I'm just throwing that out there because I love to think things like that. But yeah, I'm
Yeah.
that's fascinating.
And this next sentence, Bruce,
Me
I adore it.
too. I couldn't wait to get to this.
Yeah. You could
No,
die, but you're
thank you.
never dead. Spider web.
Yes. Well, it reminds me of, and I just couldn't help but jump in inside of your eye, and the little blood vessels that are in your eye, and how it's like a round sphere shaped eye, and how those little blood vessels connect like they do. And then you look out into the cosmos, into the universe, and you think about the connections, the energetic connections that go from each galaxy to each galaxy and each planet to each planet, and on this spider web that is in everything.
Yeah.
And I think that's what they're talking about. Take a look at the stars in your head, fields of space, kid. It's just, they're basically talking about, well,
Yeah.
it's amazing to me.
Oh, I think is so beautiful. And here's a fun fact that will help us understand these parallel universes is spiderweb. If I know I had a field, or I have a field, that if you go out in the early morning, the dew is like touching all the spider webs. A spider, I mean, there's millions of them in the field, and not one web touches another. Each web is its own unique universe.
Its
And
own unique
sitting
microcosm.
right, yep, sitting right next to another one, but they never touch.
That's amazing.
Spiders will not intersect their webs. I think that is and I think that's what they're talking to in this song too.
Yeah,
You know,
no, I agree. I
it's
agree.
it's that energy that holds us all. You can die, your physicality, your physical body will be released, but you are never dead. What,
Yeah.
who, and what you really are, that beautiful being of energy that is everywhere, everything is always alive,
Oh,
always.
always. We never truly, there is no true death because energy never dies. It just transfers. And
Hmm.
then and it's kind of funny because, I wanted to talk about this line, but the funny thing was, is that like, I almost wanted to push that aside and go on to the spiderweb part, because for me, I believe so strongly that when I actually do transition, that I'm not actually really dying. I'm just transitioning. I'm going somewhere else, and it's going to be an amazing journey. But I do believe that the energy never dies. It just transfers, and we then transfer out. And I believe it's also sometimes referred to as a grid, that there's a grid in the cosmos, in the universe. And that to
Yeah,
me could also reflect this spider web. And they've talked about it
right.
and how certain,
Connectedness.
yeah, the connectedness of each galaxy is also something that's connected with these tendrils, these spider webs, or connections of webbing. And that's how some of the beings that are out there, I believe this. This is one of my truths, that the beings out there found out about some of our explosions here on Earth because of that spider web. And there are certain things that they are connected to with us, no matter how far away that seems to be. It's like a
Mhm.
huge grid space spider web out there. And that's why I love how it says, take a look at the stars in your head, fields of space, kid. And I know people could look at stars in your head like, oh, he's got stars in his head. Like his head is in the stars. He's always imagining and dreaming and thinking of things that aren't right in front of him. And he needs to, that person needs to focus and bring himself back down to earth, you know. And I think I'm hoping you guys are kind of understanding what I'm saying, because I don't think it's a bad thing to have dreams and have those stars in your head, but I don't think that's what they're referring to. I think that in this song, they're talking about what we're talking about, and that is fields of space, being that your your mind is an infinite cosmos of infinite possibilities. And it's almost like I think of our skull like the TARDIS in Doctor Who. It looks like it's small. It looks like it's a police box on the outside. But when you get inside, it's huge. It's like infinite. It has infinite space and possibilities. That's what I see our brain as, and our mind. And that's why I love that. Take a look at the stars in your head, fields of space, it's like, yeah, this is like a never ending universe up in here.
Yeah, infinite. And it
Yeah.
brings, and then they go back to saying, wow, yeah, I'm a sidewinder. I'm a California king. I swear it's everywhere. Those fields of space are
Yeah.
everywhere. It's
Yeah.
everything. Everything is a field of space.
Yeah.
Right. Um,
Yeah.
Psychic changes are born in your heart. Entertain. I love that one too, Bruce.
Me
Because,
too.
your heart, I don't need to go into this again, but we all know that the heart is a brain. The
Yeah.
frequency that it produces with each and every beat connects us to that web of life that you were speaking of, Bruce. It
Yeah.
is, and psychic changes. In other words, the thoughts that you have in your head are born through the heart. And so entertain them, allow them
Yes.
to be. Open your heart to
Yes.
infinity, to the all that is.
Oh my gosh, yes. Like when you started speaking, I was like, she is going to say exactly what I feel. I just know it. And I was just waiting for you to get to the point where you said entertain. And I was like, yes, because yeah, I love how he takes kind of an abstract way of saying, hey, entertain those thoughts.
Mhm.
I don't need to like say, hey, entertain those thoughts. I'm just going to say something so poetic and beautiful. Psychic changes are born in your heart. Entertain, like take off and go
Allow
have
them
fun
to
with that.
be. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
and then it goes on to a nervous breakthrough that makes us the same. Bless your heart, girl. Like that to me is like that. I don't think that I don't think that this is anything that could be even possibly thought of as negative, really. A nervous breakthrough, I think, is those moments of realization where we feel like we are being given an acknowledgement. We're feeling like we are being given that like moment of clarity where it is so clear that what we are, those psychic changes that are born in our heart that we've been entertaining, are now a nervous breakthrough, because we're like, I mean,
Can
your
I
blood pressure.
cuss? Because
Would,
all I see is, it's that holy shit moment, you know? And it does. It brings up this nervousness of, whoa, that was big. That you entertained that thought that you are all that is.
yes, that's
And
exactly, yeah. Like
and
that's,
that
I'm sorry to, yeah,
breakthrough that so many of us have, we're all the same. We're all the
yeah,
same.
yeah. And kill the pressure. It's raining on. Like salty cheeks. I feel like, like that's the thing, is like that nervous breakthrough that makes us the same, because we're all the same. We all like, hope. I have to believe that we all have these moments where those psychic changes are happening from the heart to our mind. Nervous breakthrough happens, and we're all the same because we all live through these moments. We're all living in this existence. And, bless your heart, because it is it can be just like you said, it can be that moment of I'm going to do a holy beep, like it's
Mm-hmm.
really a moment that can take us so off guard that it can make our blood pressure increase, our heart rate increase. It can make us nervous. It can make us, afraid. It can, encourage a little fear in there and kill the pressure it's raining on. Salty cheeks. Well, salty cheeks, what is that referring to?
Tears coming down.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Kill the
And
pressure. It's raining on. There,
yeah,
there is a essence of the pressure that this life can bring,
yes,
and
yes,
the you know everything happening all at once kind of thing that the parallel universe is speaking into. There's
yeah,
everything is happening on other planes, and we are connected, and we might feel that pressure that's going on this parallel plane, even though we're not on that plane experiencing it physically. The pressure can still be there.
yeah,
And
yeah,
we can witness if someone's having, say, a nervous breakdown. There's a nervous breakthrough. There's also nervous breakdowns. And I
yeah,
believe
yeah,
that feeling that connection. So, and it brings the tears. It's raining on
yeah.
salty cheeks.
That's exactly what I was feeling. And I love how they say, when you hear the beloved song, I am with you. I I'm going to go there because this just came to me and I believe it. I feel it. But I feel like when you hear the beloved song, I am with you at the end of this phrase, gosh, it makes me think of certain phrases in the Bible. It really makes me think of something that is like something that Jesus would have been saying to his disciples back in the day. You know, when you feel this, I am with you. When this is happening and this beautiful thing or whatever it is, I am with you. Like I feel like, and that to me is where the human side is injected from. I think it would be Anthony Kiedis or Flea or whoever with the Red Hot Chili Peppers was writing this song, because I know that they wrote it with a lot of heart and soul. And um, I believe that, that is what they're referring to. I swear it's everywhere. Oh, it's everything. It's like, that beloved song is everywhere. It's everything. And when you hear that, I am with you, like we are all together. We are all together. Like here I am, super like artists of Red Hot Chili Pepperness, and they are with us. It's like it's just such an acknowledgement. It's like everybody listening can feel like, yes, we're all together. It can be so empowering, but also it's so true.
Oh, I agree. And there's also, for me, that aspect of when you hear the beloved song. So for me, that is such a special song. It's not just a song, the beloved song. So for me, that beloved is that aspect of yourself that loves you no matter what. It's
Yes.
that divine within you. And
Yes.
that I am with you is the beloved, is your
Yeah.
beloved, which
Yeah.
is that I that is the infinite, the all, the God within.
Yes.
That's,
Yes.
it's just, oh, thank
It's
you, Red
beautiful.
Hot
And
Chili Peppers.
oh yeah. And that's the thing is, I mean, you know, it does make you feel like, Christ, I'm a sidewinder. I'm a California king. And I don't know, because I'd have to ask the Red Hot Chili Peppers, but I don't know why there is the reference to Christ. I don't know if my comment on, when you hear the beloved song, I'm with you, that like sounds like something that could be from the Bible. I don't know if these are references that are religious from them. I'm just making the comment to you all out there that, this is a possibility. And I feel like it has that kind of parallel feel to it. That's why I like the fact that it's parallel universe, because that's the thing that, and that's why we love doing the show, I think, is because we know that like some of this stuff can have more of that kind of a flavor or more of that kind of a resonance for all of you out there listening to this. We know that.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that it could have another flavor or resonance to you. And so that's why I say, it's really something that has a parallel pathway in all of this, like all these discussions, because I don't know if they're, I don't know where their inspiration necessarily came from, but I know what it feels like to me. And I think that it could be, definitely some sort of a comment of there is a higher power out there that we can all feel and sense,
Mm-hmm.
and it is with us. And when you hear that beloved song, we're all with you, no matter what your beliefs are. It's all the same, and
Oh,
it's
that's
everywhere,
beautiful, Bruce.
and it's everything. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Because then that last, of course, the last lines of the song, um, you know, Christ, I'm a sidewinder, a California king. Uh, I swear it's everywhere. Oh, it's everything. It's like it just, they keep repeating that. They just say, I swear it's everywhere. Oh, it's everything.
And that is where I go to when they sing Christ, I'm a sidewinder. That
Yeah.
to me is also, I want to call it slang, but you know how when someone has a thought, oh Christ, I just realized that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes,
People
yes, yes.
use that word sometimes as an acknowledgement of a oh moment.
Yes. Well, and they also will say the full name. Like, how many times have you heard somebody
Yeah.
go,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
like in
Yeah.
surprise or,
Yes, yes, yes.
and I
So it
think,
is a surprise. It's like, wow, guess what? I'm
yeah,
a sidewinder. I'm a California king. I
yeah,
swear it's everywhere. It's
everywhere.
everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's for me, it's beautiful.
Yeah. I couldn't agree with you
Just like
more.
this
Yeah.
day, and just like
Yes.
each and every one of you. I love this parallel universe by Red Hot Chili Peppers.
I do too. I do too. I'm
Yeah.
I'm so grateful that we found this song. Thank you, Allison.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was a lot of fun. Thank you. I really, really enjoy being here and doing this with you, Bruce, and with each and every one of you. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here today on
Lyrical
Wisdom.